only going to be the fittest, lightest and most determined that are going to get through, and it starts now.
The eliminated hit back.
None of those guys in the house have got any idea how their world's about to be rocked.
How the hell does that happen?
And in a weigh-in where everything is at stake.
Thrones come and go, kings get overthrown.
Game on.
Who will secure a spot back in the competition?
I reckon Big Kev's going to walk through the door and go, ah!
Well, if he does, good luck to him if he does.
Yeah, there's one weigh-in pass left. You got the dark blue, the yellow and the pinks fighting out for it.
And only one team will return from the challenge today, and we can't wait to see what it's going to be.
I think if Janet and Kirsten come through the door, that's the biggest threat for us at the weigh-in.
But I think they've got a better spread of attributes than the other two. Pink team don't have to lose a lot of weight to get a high weight loss percentage, and that actually puts Mark and I under a bit of pressure to make it back in the competition.
What's that? Is that a chopper?
Holy
It is too. No way, I told you.
We all sort of jumped up and, is that them? Oh, you're kidding. They get a chopper ride.
Get out of town. See the pink team get out of the chopper, I was absolutely elated. Not. I didn't want anyone to come back. I wanted the chopper to be empty.
Everyone was cheering and waving. They're probably just faking being happy for us. I know! Well aware that I smell. Yay for a weigh-in pass, but the first thing on my mind is getting in the shower. Pink, red and black all have a weigh-in pass. Bring on this week's weigh-in and let's see who's going to get in the house for real.
Hey, Brett.
G'day. Come for a chat?
Gerald and Todd were sitting on the steps outside the house, so Brett and I went and had a chat with them about the upcoming weigh-in and what might happen.
So how do you reckon the weigh-in's going to go?
It's going to be interesting to see how they play it out. Who do you think would be the biggest threat?
Oh, black team for sure, because they got the highest weight to lose.
Yeah. You reckon?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
No matter who comes in, they're going to end up being
Yeah.
a threat. Everyone's
Yeah.
a threat.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of having any of the eliminated contestants back. Whoever comes back, there's just going to be someone who gets eliminated as soon as possible.
I honestly would like to see whoever gets in, I'd like to see them go first, and then for us four to be left, and then it's a matter of fighting it out between ourselves.
It's only going to be the fittest, lightest and most determined that are going to get through, and it starts now. Change.
The black, pink and red teams have earned their weigh-in passes. Heading into last chance training is the final opportunity. These three teams have to show me they've got the fight that they need to get back into this competition.
The whole time in your head, you think about what you got, what you're going to bring back into this competition. Change. 3, 2, 1. Good girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
In our boxing drills today, Janet was a rock. No matter what I threw at her, there was just this steely determination.
90, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want it just like that. 100 like that, without a flinch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Prove to me. 3, 4, 6, 7, 20.
Unfortunately for Kirsten,
30.
there was still the little sweetheart, upturned lip and some tears.
Get tough, get tough. Come on, come on. Don't let me break you. I'm messing with your head. I want to see how much you want it. Don't let me break you. Come on.
Only the people who are desperate to be here will succeed.
I want to know you want this. Prove to me. 90. 100. Good girl. Better. Better.
Oh, goodness.
Kirsten needs to get her mind into this game. She needs to realise that her future depends on the changes she makes in the next couple of weeks.
Get your head back in here, because this is where you need to be. All right? Let's finish the job. Because she's rock. She's rock solid. She wants this, mate.
This week in the house started off really hard for me.
I want to go home where there's just so much support and like you just don't feel that in here.
I was dead set, determined that that was it, I'm going home. Even though Mum wants to stay,
We
We need to be here.
Shut up, you're annoying me. You're so annoying.
But the challenge taught me that I need to be here and Mum needs to be here.
Stop for a sec.
Because we need to work on ourselves.
My headspace is getting better. And after yesterday's challenge and getting past, it's made me want it more.
I want to see it. Show me. 4. No, I want to see it. 4, go! Good cross. Bang, knockout.
By the end of the drills, Kirsten was absolutely exhausted. But the sooky turned-up bottom lip had been replaced with a look of determination. That's where I need her to be if she's going to fight her way back into this competition.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's better.
Coming up,
only 2 eliminated teams will get back into the game.
the eliminated contestants battle it out.
That's an awesome week.
For a place back in the competition.
How the hell does that happen?
Keep the bag there, keep the bag there. Punch him up, good Jess. Remember, you get out what you put in. They look great, Sam. I'd be scared if I was the others too, if I could see what you guys are putting in. Change!
From the moment Sam and Jess stepped foot back into the competition, everyone knew they meant business.
Fight your way back in, come on, come on. 10 good ones. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jess, girl.
Jess's cardiovascular fitness in today's training session blew me away.
Jess, you're looking happier and breathing easier.
Yeah.
How's it been giving up the smokes?
Good. 7 weeks without one.
7 weeks, no cigarettes?
Yeah.
How long have you been smoking for?
About 8 years.
Really? How does
8
it feel?
years, 50
Can you
a
feel
day.
the difference?
Oh, yeah.
50.
Easy.
50 cigarettes a day.
50.
And how does it feel?
Easily. Good. You can breathe. You can walk up the steps without going.
I can't help but think back to the first week.
Light stick, just get back on.
They were the first team to be sent home. They were here for only 1 week, a week to change a lifetime of bad habits. Jess returned, a transformed woman.
That's bloody awesome. Okay, let's go.
She's here to win her way back into this competition with guts and determination and by staying safe above the yellow line every week.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it to me, Sam. 7, fight your way back in. 6, 5, take what's yours. 4, settle old scores, but with respect and integrity always. Time. Very good, you guys want it.
As far as I'm concerned, we already got it.
None of those guys in the house have got any idea how their world's about to be rocked.
We're going to give them hell, stay above the line, and do what we can to stick it to them, basically.
Once it's down to 6, well, their foundations come down, mate.
Eliminate one by one the alliance.
They all know my strategy, mate, and none of them are going to get in my way.
Here come the red team.
Exactly right, mate. We've had no training all week. The eliminated contestants are back. We've got 3 potential new contenders.
Look, I think all the eliminated teams are a threat. With weigh-in coming up, we thought we'd better catch up with Richard and Amber just to see where things stood.
Who do you think's going to get in? And who do you think's going to be the biggest threat?
To come back in pink and red, just because they are getting smaller and it'll be getting harder for them to drop the numbers they need to get a percentage that'll keep them safe.
What about you, baby? What do you think?
I want red and pink to come back in, just because we can beat them.
As long as the black team doesn't get back in.
You're happy?
Yeah.
Chris and Mark, black team, you know, they can pull big numbers. I had a choice who to go home. It'll be the black team again.
40. 50. 60.
I was really excited to have Shannon for last chance training today, and I can't wait to show him how much I'm willing to fight to get back in this competition.
80. 90. 100. He's back. Look at you now. You've got a smile on your face, your punches, your jabs, your ducking. There's a bit of spunk back in you know? You're giving it to me.
I forgot how good that felt, and I guess when I tried to do it in the past, I was 30 kilos heavier.
So you enjoy that?
I really did.
It shows, mate. What a difference.
Yeah, well, as you've seen this morning, Mark's as determined as he's ever been.
Well, I mean, of all the weigh-in passes to win the way back in, you guys
got the one, didn't you? You lost the most weight of anyone.
Black team, congratulations. You've not only topped the leaderboard, but you have won our first weigh-in pass. Great effort, boys.
Winning the weigh-in pass really early allowed Dad and I to focus on training, losing the most amount of weight and hopefully coming back into the competition.
So should the other guys be afraid of Black?
Oh, yeah. Before we go too far, need to tell you that we went to the cemetery on the way home.
Oh, did ya?
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago in training, Chris opened up to me that Mark's twin brother died at birth. His death had put a wedge between the entire family.
Do you guys think about Nicholas much?
I'm not going to talk about Nicholas. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to talk about him. I can't talk about him.
It's been 20 years you haven't spoken about it.
The death of Nicholas has always been in the background, and this whole program has been a bit of a healing process for me. And to go to the cemetery is like finally completing that chapter. But knowing Mark and I had shared this, and knowing that Nicholas would have loved to have shared as well, it made it a lot easier.
Are you glad that you got that off your chest?
Yeah. And thanks to you too.
We're in it together.
You poked the right stick at the right time.
Whether they stay or whether they go, Mark and Chris's lives are transformed. They've come so far in mending their relationship and making up for lost time. And I couldn't be more proud of the men that the Black team have become. Oh, that warms me heart, boys. I'm so happy, seriously. So no matter what happens from here on in, you guys are winners. Like, you can't. No one can take that away from you.
I think that too, yeah.
Coming up.
Are you the master of this game?
Master and Commander Haley.
Richard gets the royal treatment.
I think it's definitely time to get rid of King Richard. He needs to be knocked off his pedestal.
So weighing's coming up pretty soon. You reckon it's going to be straight up and down?
Nothing is straight up and down in here.
All the eliminated contestants got together over a cup of tea and talked about the upcoming weigh-in.
Who's got an idea of what the other teams want?
Guarantee if they have to vote, red team are gone. I think the red team are a massive threat this time around. While ever there's this little hindering alliance, it's not going to be easy for us.
Unfortunately, and no offence to you guys, I think it would be Black.
It's the highest compliment to be told we have to be the first to be voted out. It means we're a threat. These people run scared when they think.
It's true though. Yeah.
I think regardless, whoever gets in just need to work their butts off, not worry about the alliance, not worry about any of that. Stay above the line and then there's no harming you.
But we can have some fun on the way.
I can see the cogs in your head ticking over right now.
We can definitely have some fun on the way. That's what it's all about. I think regardless of how this turns out, I sincerely wish you guys the best of luck.
Yeah, thanks,
You guys too.
And us to you too.
Walking into the weigh-in, I felt surprisingly nervous. For the eliminated contestants, there's a lot of pressure this week. We need to prove that we can stay above the yellow line and show everybody that we mean business here.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's weigh-in. Eliminated contestants, this week you return to fight your way back into the competition. Black team, you were rewarded with a weigh-in pass because you had the highest weight loss percentage of the eliminated contestants since day one. Well done.
Thank you.
Red team, you prove you're the masters of endurance, strength and speed at the event.
All right,
Great effort.
Thanks.
And pink team, at the challenge, your relationship was put to the test.
Come on, Kirsten, you can do it. Coming across, far out.
When you conquered the course from hell. Great job, girls. Well, you all might have won a weigh-in pass, but that doesn't mean that you're officially back in the game just yet. Only 2 eliminated teams will get back into the game. And it all comes down to how well you do up there on those scales.
It's imperative that Dad and I stay above the yellow line this week. We need to get back into this competition. We have unfinished business here in the house. We want to shake things up a little bit too.
Chris and Mark, Sam and Jess, Janet and Kirsten, the team that records the highest weight loss percentage since coming back to the house, will sit above the yellow line and be officially back in the competition. The other two teams will fall below the yellow line and head straight to elimination.
I know me and Dad have absolutely killed ourselves over the last few days. I hope it's enough to rise above the black and pink team.
One team will be saved and the other team will be sent packing.
Oh, told you.
Oh no, that's a bit harsh. We've already been kicked out by these people. We have to go back and do it again.
Green, grey, light blue and orange, you were granted immunity this week for getting so far in the game. But I will remind you, if you put on weight, you'll be stripped of your immunity. So I hope for your sake you've been doing your homework. Good luck, everyone. It's time to weigh in. The first team to weigh in will be the light blue team, Richard and Amber. Come on up.
I just can't wait to get up on the scales because having the immunity, it sort of takes the pressure off your back a little bit.
Richard, last week you weighed 113 kilos. Amber, you weighed 95.6 kilos. Your current weight is... Together, that's a loss of 4.1 kilos and gives you a total weight loss percentage of 1.97%. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Hayley. Richard, how has this week been with the eliminateds back?
Look, it is what it is. Whoever gets in, we'll just try and get them back out.
In all seriousness, Richard, do you think you and Amber can win this competition?
We've got as much chance as anyone else. So it was always my goal from day one to get to top 3. If I get there, I'll do everything I can to go hard and finish strong.
Are you the master of this game?
Master and Commander, Hayley. Absolute master and commander. These are just all my pawns along the way. I like to call them knights, but they're really just pawns and slaves.
Richard annoys me to no end.
You can step down.
Thank you.
Richard thinks he has this game down to a T, but I think it's definitely time to get rid of King Richard. He needs to be knocked off his pedestal.
The next team to weigh in will be the green team, Gerald and Todd. Let's see how you've done this week. Come on up.
Todd and I are here to lose weight every week. Because we've got immunity, doesn't mean we're going to slacken off.
Gerald, last week you weighed 123.5 kilos. Todd, you weighed 88.4 kilos. Your current weight is... Well done, boys. That's a total of 4 kilos, and that gives you a total weight loss percentage of 1.89% and sits you in second place. You can step down. Well done. Mandy, last week you weighed 90.9 kilos. Brett, you weighed 148.8 kilos. Your current weight is... That's a loss of 5.5 kilos and gives you a total weight loss percentage of 2.29% and puts you into first place. Great job. Robin, last week you weighed 86.8 kilos. Katie, you weighed 108.5 kilos. Your current weight is... Yes! Oh, thank God. Together, that's a loss of 4.4 kilos and gives you a total weight loss percentage of 2.25% and moves you into second place. Great job, girls.
I was a little relieved. Remaining contestants have all got immunity and we've all done okay.
Well done, mate.
Grey, light blue, orange and green, congratulations. You all have immunity, which means you cannot fall below the yellow line. Congratulations. Now for the weigh-in that really counts. Black, red and pink teams, there's now only 3 spots on the leaderboard and only 1 sits above the yellow line.
I'd like to think that my father and I have done everything possible to stay above the yellow line. There's nothing else that could be worse than having to go home after going home and coming back.
The team that records the highest weight loss percentage will be straight back into this competition. The other 2 teams will have to fight it out at elimination. The first team to face the scales will be the pink team. Janet and Kirsten, how much would you love to get back into the game?
Oh, I think, like all of us here, we've been busting our guts to get back in.
But, you know, whatever happens from here happens. We came and we put in, so we'll just see how we go.
Well, girls, let's find out how you've done. Come on up.
Knowing we're the first of the eliminated contestants to weigh in, it's very scary. I've been torn between wanting to go home and wanting to stay, and finally it's clicked. Just hopefully it's not too late.
Janet, last week you weighed 86.6 kilos. Kirsten, you weighed 83.4 kilos. Your current weight is... Janet, last week you weighed 86.6 kilos. Kirsten, you weighed 83.4 kilos. Your current weight is...
What the hell is that?
Girls, congratulations together. You've lost a total of 6.3 kilos, and that gives you a total weight loss percentage of 3.71%, and puts you straight at the top of the leaderboard. Well done.
That's awesome.
Girls, for now, you're sitting above the yellow line. Great job. Janet, had a great week?
Even if we get below the yellow line, I am so ecstatic and amazing.
Kirsten, you wanted to go home this week. Now, there's no way, I'll put my hand on my heart, you would not have done a 2.8 at home.
No, no way.
You did it here.
Yeah.
Under a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Under feeling stressed, and yet you still did it.
That's why I'm so shocked.
And Kirsten, why did you want to go home?
I think just because the dynamic did change so much, I felt more comfortable at home.
Were you not prepared for what you were going to come back to?
No, I expected it to be much more of a game, and, you know, these guys have their alliance, but it got pretty bad.
If I can ruffle your feathers and make you feel a bit bad and not make your play as good, that's the way the game goes.
I think we were just shocked when we came back here. It's not that I don't think we've lost the friendships, but now we've come into a house that is playing the game. You know, and I can thank these guys now for that, because I think I've built a thicker skin now, and I've just gone through that barrier and in a nice way.
Well, give each other a hug. Girls, you can step down. Well done.
I was really surprised by the numbers Janet and Kirsten pulled, and that just started to make me worry a little bit for our own position in the game.
The next team to weigh in will be the black team. Black team, to beat the pink team and still be in the running to get back into this competition, you need to lose at least 9.6 kilos. Well, boys, let's see if you've done it. Good luck. Come on up.
Knowing that we have to get 9.6 kilos to guarantee us above the yellow line, that's a big ask. But I desperately want to get back into this competition. I desperately want to show what I can actually do.
Chris, last week you weighed 125.6 kilos. Mark, you weighed 130.5 kilos. Your current weight is... Together, that's a total of 7.4 kilos and gives you a total weight loss percentage of 2.89%. And boys, unfortunately, you have fallen below the yellow line and you will be facing elimination. Mark, you must be proud of your number, 4.2. That's a great week.
It's in the 120s. That's an awesome week. Oh, I can't leave with my head held high. I know I have unfinished business here. There's still 30 kilos that I want to lose. But that's a bloody good start.
Shannon, how much have these guys embraced this whole competition?
Well, I think for both of you boys, life's breathed back into you. Chris and Mark, you made me a promise when you left here. What was that?
It'd be nice to call into...
Go on, just tell me.
It'd be nice to call into the cemetery on our way home and pay our respects to Mark's brother, which, surprisingly, I haven't been able to do for about 12 years.
Oh, wow.
But it was important for me to acknowledge something that had been holding me back.
Going back to that cemetery has breathed life into both of you.
Well, best of luck, boys. You truly have embraced this competition. Well done. You can step down.
Thanks, Haley.
That leaves just one team left to weigh in. Father and daughter team, Sam and Jess. Sam and Jess, to beat the pink team and get straight back into this competition, you need to lose at least 8.5 kilos. Sam, it's a decent number. Do you think you got it in you?
Oh, geez, I don't know, Hayley. I like to think I'll put in the work. I know Jess has. Stuck to our diet. So, it's not impossible. It's a big number.
I want to get back into the house. I want to be able to prove to my family that we're not giving up. We're going to get through and we're going to fight right through to the end.
Well, Sam and Jess, it all comes down to this weigh-in. Best of luck. Come on up.
If we get back into the house, we're just going to split this competition wide apart. We're here to stay. We're here till the end.
Sam, last week you weighed 108.7 kilos. Jess, you weighed 117.8 kilos. Your current weight is...
Get it? Did you get it?
Together, you've lost a total of 8.6 kilos. And that gives you a total weight loss percentage of 3.8% and puts you above the yellow line, straight to the top of the leaderboard and safe from elimination. Sam and Jess, congratulations. You are now officially back in this competition. Great job.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Unfortunately, Janet and Kirsten, you have fallen below the yellow line and you will be facing elimination alongside Chris and Mark. Sorry. Sam, now that you're officially back in the game, do you think you've got a target on your back?
Target? Oh, who cares? If I've got a target on my back, that's just more motivation. Bring it on.
And seeing where you are now, do you feel like it's more real that you could take out this whole competition?
Taking out the competition is a real prospect now, a real prospect. Yeah. You know, thrones come and go, kings get overthrown. Look, talk's cheap. There's only room for one king in the jungle as far as I'm concerned. We'll just see what happens. Huge.
Chris and Mark, Janet and Kirsten, because the others have immunity, you've fallen below the yellow line and will now be facing elimination. Yep. Or should I say, salvation. Tonight, orange, light blue, grey, green and red will vote one team back into this competition. Chris and Mark, Janet and Kirsten, it's now time for you to pack your bags and say your goodbyes, and I'll see you at elimination.
It's not a done deal that we're going home till we sit in that elimination room and people vote us out. If I get the opportunity to, I'll try and sneak a couple of quick words in some other people's ears and see if that takes.
If we're out, the alliance will actually get stronger. And that probably means, from what we've seen, as soon as you guys are vulnerable, you're probably going to be out.
Dad and I spoke to Gerald and Todd purely because I think Gerald and Todd know they're on the outer.
Well, if we stay in, we'll try and carry it forward. We'll try and look after you.
All right.
We'll help out as much as we can.
All right.
We put to the green team that if you keep us around, we might be able to help you out if the opportunity arises. I hope Gerald and Todd really took that on board.
Can't promise anything, but we'll certainly have a talk to each other about it.
That's all we're asking. Thanks very much, Todd. Have a think about it.
Jess.
No worries, mate.
Thanks,
We'll
thanks,
certainly
Jess.
think about
Good
it.
luck, mate.
No worries.
Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know which way to go now.
Pink was a surprise to me. I didn't think they'd pull as big a numbers as what they did. Oh, I'm just talking about you. We were surprised at your numbers that you pulled today, and
Oh my
So
God.
weird.
yeah.
That was like a total miracle, that. It was
Yeah,
like,
it was
my
like-
goodness, I don't think that's going to happen again.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you? Though
Yeah.
it just opens the whole thing up.
Obviously, like, it's harder for you guys. I guess both us and Black are threats, but I think this is everybody's opportunity to get rid of them now. Black have so much more weight to lose.
Yeah, but then the upside is, even if you only lose a kilo, it's still a good percentage for you.
Yeah.
You know, like...
But we need to lose that kilo.
Yeah.
It was good to hear from the pink team about why we should keep them, but we've got to look after ourselves in this competition. They're as much of a threat as anybody else.
Oh, dear.
It's a hard one.
Decisions. Yeah, it's a hard one, that's for sure.
Chris and Mark, Janet and Kirsten, welcome to elimination.
Thanks, Alex.
This week you fought tooth and nail to win a weigh-in pass. But on the scales, unfortunately, luck wasn't on your side. This is your last opportunity to get back into the game. So let's find out who'll be sealing your fate. Voters, welcome to elimination.
Thanks,
Haley. You're all here representing your teams to cast a vote. A vote that is a little different from the norm. Instead of voting for a team to go, you'll be voting to bring a team back. You need to ask yourselves, who is the bigger threat in your eyes? Is it the pink team or the black team? Well, Sam, the pink girls got a great number at weigh-in. Would they be regarded as a threat to you?
Oh, most definitely. Both teams over there are a threat to anyone on this side. Janet and Kirsten, they're definitely a threat if they can continue getting those numbers.
When you look at the percentages, you got 2.89% from the black team, if I remember right, and 3.71, I think, from the pink. So the fact that the pink managed to pull that kind of percentage coming straight back in, it's food for thought.
Hayley, it's extraordinary, our weight loss this week. It just blew both of us away. We were in absolute shock with it. I think we're going to be struggling. I really think we're going to be struggling.
I'm going to be honest. Everyone here is a threat to each other. You know, like, these guys are a threat. Yes, we're a threat. So is everybody else there. I mean, if people are looking at it from strategy, like, yeah, we pulled the high percentage today, but just remember how these guys got their pass. They pulled the higher percentage out of all of us. And if you're looking for threat-wise, isn't it clear that they're the bigger threat?
There are other social aspects in the house this week that may have an effect on the outcome, so...
Do you feel like you and your dad have been on the outer?
Yeah, in the last few weeks we felt we were, and certainly in the first couple of days returning to the house, we certainly were. There's a real division formed in the house.
Do you think Richard's alliance will come into play tonight? Or should I say King Richard's alliance will come into play tonight?
I'm not even so sure if it's Richard's alliance now. I know Richard's set himself up to be the icon, but I think there's some others with a pretty equal say.
Richard, how are you feeling about tonight's vote?
I'm angry. You know, depending on which way it goes tonight, it could have been Mark and Chris's undoing not to build a relationship.
You guys are proof in the pudding that if you stick together, you can get very far in this competition.
Well, that was my goal from day one, was to try and build friendships, try and build relationships. I mean, you can't always count on the numbers. So I guess you got a foot in both camps by doing that.
Black team, this is your last chance to convince these voters over here why you should stay.
We should stay in the house because we've still got more to offer the house dynamic. We can still be very supportive of all these guys. I don't think we're as big a threat as what we're perceived to be, purely because we've got a fair history now of not pulling really high numbers, but being somewhere around mid-pack. So we're not an immediate threat to any of you guys there.
Janet, why do you and Kirsten need to be here for as long as possible?
I'm going straight to the heart. We absolutely need to be here. We have gone out, we've done really well, but we've come in and found these major cracks. And we are so willing, even if it takes another week, just to get more for us.
Contestants, it's time to vote. Chris and Mark, Janet and Kirsten, the first team to receive 3 votes will re-enter this competition. It's now time to reveal your votes.
I've voted strategy, Hayley. I think we're all at the stage now, every single person here can go home and do it. And I've voted in a way that will hopefully keep Katie and I here a little bit longer. So for that reason, I've voted for Janet and Kirsten to stay.
Janet and Kirsten, that's 1 vote to you. Jez, it's now time to reveal your vote.
This is a big one, Hayley. A lot of us in families here have had huge breakthroughs with our partners, and I still reckon this couple still has to have that. It means a lot to me to see if they can get a bit closer, so I voted for Janet and Kirsten.
Janet and Kirsten, that's now 2 votes. You only need to receive 1 more vote and you will re-enter the competition. Richard, please reveal your vote.
Look, out of respect to you guys and nothing else, I see you as the bigger threat. And long term, I've got to look down the line and I'm thinking you're going to be more of a threat than Janet and Kirsten. And at the end of the day, I still love Janet and Kirsten, so I'm putting them back in the house.
Well, Janet and Kirsten, that is 3 votes to you, and congratulations, you're officially back in this game, which means Sam and Brett, there's no need to see your votes.
Thank you so much.
Well, Chris and Mark, I'm sorry to say you are not the biggest losers. But since day 1, you've lost a combined total of 66.5 kilos. Well done,
I love you. I do too, Dad.
You're both leaving here a happier version of yourselves, and I cannot wait to see you at finale.
Thanks, Hayley.
Thanks, Hayley. Thank you very much.
Since leaving the Biggest Loser house, life's just been fantastic.
Good. I'm a completely different person since the weight's come off. I'm happier all the time. It's so good to be healthy and fitter. I go to the gym, I see my personal trainer 3 days a week.
So with a bit of a twist, so take a swipe. That's it.
We train together as often as we can.
Goes 1 more.
Very good.
Good timing. 3 other days of the week, I train with the local football team for an hour and a half. Good throw.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm 23 years old and I weigh 165 kilograms.
G'day, I'm Chris, and I think I weigh a smidgen over 150. Watching the audition DVD was pretty scary, actually. I could barely recognise Mark.
I can't believe I said my weight never affected me.
I couldn't believe that either. Now we've not only got a father-son really close bond, we've got a good mates bond as well. Can't believe I left home with my fat clothes on. Biggest Loser's been fantastic to help us achieve that.